Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, your old pal, Officer Hank Schlitz, once again reborn as the game cop. You thought I was dead, you thought I was gone forever, but no, you fucks will never get rid of me. You'll never get rid of the truth. The truth does not die. It is the word of the Almighty, and I am his great and illustrious and handsome messenger, and I'm here to give you the straight poop on the video game world and let you know what's what, no matter how bad it hurts you, you dumb little heads, alright? You're all a bunch of degenerates, and I hate all of you, and I don't know why I do this. I have to let you know, even though I despise you, and I see you in the streets, and I see you with all your iniquity and your hate and your blood flowing through your body, and it makes me sick. And I see all the sad, ugly thoughts that you think in your head, and all the food and the sex you want, and I feel awful that I feel compelled to protect you and to let you know what's true. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve me and my light, but I it shines through despite that. All right. So too bad for you if you thought I was gone. All you decriers, you want the ones who said, "Oh, Hank Schlitz, you're literally the only person who's ever watched your videos." Hank Schlitz, you're such a sad sack of crap that no one's paying attention to what you said. I don't care. It's truth, and it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out of me one way or the other. All right. It's either coming out of my mouth or it's coming out of my ass as green diarrhea, and I can't be having that anymore. All right. So I'm back here on the YouTubes, letting you know what's what with the video games. All right. Enough about me. What's going on today? What are we talking about? What are we doing? Well, today we're talking about a game called No Man's Sky, and I'm my own little personal journey with this game. Because it's a torrid tale of hope and dreams and dashed expectations, which you're all very familiar with, and I won't dwell on too much because, long story short, sorry, I had a little boogie in me and I had to suck it back up. Trying to it's gross. Inhabiting my body is awful. It's just like my lungs are like it's like a bunch of fucking spiders live inside my body. It's just mucus and strings of sinew all black and gray and strewn about my guts. It's fucking awful. Anyway, no Man's Sky, what's going on with this fucking game? Well, you all know because you're all a bunch of dip-dums that, you bought this shit like I did because it looked like it was going to be really fucking cool and shit, and you're going to be able to go anywhere and do anything, and turns out that that's, not true. And, we all took it to heart, that lesson. We learned that nothing could ever be so great, Oh, God, sorry, I had to burp. It's all that sour cream I was eating earlier. I had a craving and I was weak, and I didn't dip it in anything or nothing. I just ate a whole fucking half gallon of sour cream, the whole thing. Oh, it made me so sick. And Logie, no doubt, as you can sure tell. So yeah, we all got fucked by No Man's Sky, long story short. It wasn't anything that we'd all hoped to be, but we all know now never to have such hope again. So, it's a sad thing when you say to yourself, you know what, I learned something. I really grew as a person, and now I don't have to be such a dumbass anymore. But you know what, folks, I am a dumbass because No Man's Sky, they came out with, updates and updates, and every time I'm hearing about it in the news, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna play this fucking thing because I know you jerks will just, get me roped in again, and it's not worth my precious, oh so precious free time. So yeah. Sorry, I thought I had to fart, and it didn't come out. It stayed in there for now. So I I'm like, no thank you, no thank you, no thank you every time they're talking about the updates and whatnot. But then they come out with another update, and I keep hearing in the news, it's something else now. It's actually kind of close to what you were expecting when this thing initially came out. And I'm like, I don't want to buy any new games because that's just, it's just not working out for me. So I was just kind of bored, and I was like, oh well, it's basically like a different game now, and I already have it, so I might as well just download this shit and see if it's anything worth checking out. And I don't have to pay for it, and I already got fucked, so what's another fucking? It doesn't hurt as much the second time, or you at least get used to the pain. You see it coming, whereas the first time it's like, oh god, that was awful. But the second time you're like, yeah, that's pretty much what it was the first time, and it stings, and it's gonna hurt for quite a while, you know. You're gonna have to really take it easy, but you see it coming. Anyway, so No Man's Sky, I played it again, and I'm actually kind of having a little bit of fun or whatever. And it's I'm like, oh well, maybe this isn't so bad. And so I end up playing it for 80 hours basically, and I'm losing my mind to it, and I'm just sitting there like a zombie playing this thing and whatnot. And I think I'm having a good time. And then I'm having like fun naming the planets and stuff like that. That's one of the things that I think is kind of enjoyable about it, is like exploring the galaxy. I'm like, oh, this little place is my place that I found, and I named it after Herodotus. And this is my little place that I found, and I named it after Tony Danza. My two heroes in life. So I was doing that, and I was naming them after Roman emperors and parts of the cuts of beef and all my favorite things. And then I'm doing this for so long, and I'm barely taking care of myself. I know I look good now, but you should have seen me then. It was. I cleaned up a little bit since then, ever since this incident happened, where what happened was I was playing the damn thing and naming the things and having, what I thought was a good time. And then I, turned the game off for the couple of seconds that I needed to, bathe and feed myself and evacuate my insides. And then I turned it back on. And everything that I did, I walk up to my ship and I'm like, oh, it's not named the Eagle Beagle anymore. What's going on here? And then I'm looking at all my things, all the things that I named, all my precious places, and all the shit, and where my base was on planet Tacitus. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? It's all gone. It's all gone. And I cried for ages and ages. I wept into my mug and I drank the tears and I cried them out again because I had to keep rehydrating myself, because I was just crying so much that my body became a desiccated husk and I almost died. But thankfully I had enough energy left in my little arm to keep pouring that tear jar back in my precious moisture back in my mouth. And then I was okay, and I could cry again and feel the emotions I needed to feel to get over this awful, awful disappointment. But then you know what? I stared at that screen, I looked at all the crap in my inventory, I looked at what I was doing, and I realized this game ain't really all that different from what I was doing before, because at the end of the day, the main thing you're doing is just pressing the R trigger over and over and over again to the point where it's so sore and swollen and covered in boils. And it's just not really all that much fun. At the end of the day, you don't really do much in No Man's Sky. And that hasn't changed from day one to now. With all the bips and bobbles and tips and toops that they put on it, it's still the same basic foundation of garbage and shit that you put there from day one. And, I'm just sad that I wasted another month and a half of my life to this bullshit, But that's the way it goes. You live and you learn, and then you forget, and then you learn again, and then you die. And you forget everything. So what's the point, right? That's why I did this, because I'm like, I'm gonna fucking die, so why don't I just play this game? And now I regret it, I should have just done something else. What a sad, sad story, eh, folks? Well, hey, I just need to get it off my chest. It's nice coming back and being the game cop and getting all this all this awful, stressful nastiness off of my chest. I've missed you folks, even though you haven't missed me. I love seeing my handsome mug on the internet. I used to think that I was ugly because people tell me so often that I'm ugly, but I've spent a lot of time looking at myself on the internet because I'm the only one who's ever watched these videos, and I'm gonna tell you, I know because I've seen it and I've looked into my beautiful blue eyes and I've seen my robust mustache and how this hat just suits me in these clothes. Like, I'm a dapper, handsome, beautiful man. And, regardless of whether or not the internet loves me, I've learned to love me. And I think that's a really great thing. Despite all the slime and sludge and black goo inside me, there's a little bit of something to love there too, an old Schlitzie. And ain't that worth something? So, at the end of the day, the lesson I learned from No Man's Sky next is fuck No Man's Sky and love yourself, everybody. So go ahead and do that. Have a nice day. Love ya. Bye-bye. I'm the Game Cop. Bye-bye. Game Cop.